Hey guys, in today's video, I will be building a house without using any game passes at all. So this includes advanced placement, basements, transform plus, and multiple floors. If you guys catch me using any of these, I give you guys full permission to come yell at me in the comments. Okay, hopping into build mode, I think my strategy is to build a modern house because I feel like it's less clutter and it's easier, even though I'm terrible at them. Okay, so I'm starting to build the walls of the house now using an inspo picture as reference. I'll place that somewhere on the screen while editing, so I'll be back when that's all done. Okay, so I finished the walls of the house and the layout. Now I'm just going to make a porch with a floor. Typically I would use a roof in the basement to raise it, but I cannot do that obviously. And since I already have my floor out, I may as well make the path up to the house with that. Now, before I start colouring the walls, I do want to add the doors and the windows first. So I'm trying to find a door right now. I think this one will be perfect to give a modern vibe. And beside that, to match the inspo picture, I do want to add a window. So I think this one will be perfect. I just need to bring it closer to the door. Now that that window is placed, I do need to fill out this wall with windows. And I know the perfect one for this as well. Definitely not that one. This one, which fills out the whole wall perfectly without it needing to be resized. And over here, considering I can't resize it, I'm going to grab the window by the door and I'm just going to place two of them. Perfect, here's how it's looking right now. For the roof, I grabbed the flat roof and I'm just going to place it where I saw the inspo picture had it. So something like this, and I'm going to use these arrows to lift the roof up to make it overhang slightly. These actually do not require a game pass either, which is pretty cool. On the inspo picture, it had like a taller extension to the roof, so I'm just placing a roof inside of the roof, and then I'm going to use the arrows to give it some more height. So here is how it's looking so far. Definitely not the best, but hopefully it starts to look better. Alright, now for colouring, I want to use this linen with like a wood texture for a pop of colour in this build. So something like this, and then over on this wall it's going to be a stone texture. This is what I ended up picking from the textures. I think it's okay, and I'm just painting this part of the wall with it. For the rest of the house, I picked this texture and made it as dark as I could, and I'm using that to paint the rest of the house in, to hopefully give it like a dark modern vibe. For the roof, I'm going to make it the same texture but with the wood underneath to contrast the inside of the house. I'm going to finish colouring some stuff and then I'll be back so we can start the planting. I ended up changing a few things, but now we can start the planting. To start with, I'm just going to place some plants that I like into a pile to make it easier to use. Now that I have my plants picked out, I'm going to use a bush to start out with. And then I'm going to use the rest of the plants to make the garden look pretty. Okay, so I started planting, but it's so difficult without advanced placement, so I'll be back. After 5 minutes of me struggling with the planting, here is how it turned out, and now I need to start colouring it. Typically, I would use a darker shade from the grass with the colour wheel, but I cannot use that of course, so I guess it's just going to be one flat colour. Okay, so I coloured everything, and now I need to repeat the process over here. While I'm figuring out this, I just wanted to say thank you guys for almost getting me to 100 subscribers already. I really appreciate it so much, and the comments everyone left me was literally going to make me cry. They were so sweet. Back onto the build, I finished this garden, and now I'm curious to see if I can place a fence to divide the... never mind. Well, since I can't place the fence there, I'm just going to place it on this side instead. Okay, so I just added some trees around the place and coloured the windows, and now I think I want to add a detail to the path. So I'm grabbing these stones and I'm going to make it lead up to the door. Okay, so that's done, and I think we can start moving on to the interior now, which is so exciting. When I did the walls to the house, I mentioned me doing the layout, so now I can tell you what each room is. Over here is the living room, and then down here is going to be an office, and beside that is the entry. Over here is the hallway, and above that is the bathroom, and beside that is a bedroom. And down here is the kitchen slash dining room. Now let's finally start the interior, yay! Okay, so I did the lighting and the colouring off camera, so here's how it turned out, and it seems as if I've forgotten this room, so I'm going to do that really quickly. Alright, now that the house is fully colored, I'm gonna start on the living room. So I'm gonna pick out a couch. I like this L-shaped couch, so I'm gonna place this where I think fits best, and I think this spot will work. And I've just colored it quickly to match the whole vibe of the house. Wait, I want to add a fireplace. I think that'll look perfect in this spot above the couch. I think this one is perfect. Okay, so I just had to make some adjustments to make the fireplace look a little better, so I just added some windows. And now I need to color the fireplace, of course, so I'm just gonna make it to match the roof of the house because it's dark. Okay, so this is the color I did my fireplace, and now I want to add a TV above it, so I'm just placing that. I need to add more to this living room because it's looking very boring, so I'm gonna grab this armchair, not that one, this one. I don't know how modern it is, but we can make it look modern in this type of living room. So I'm just gonna place one here and one here. And I'm just coloring them as well. I really want to add this table, so I'm gonna place this in the middle of the living room just to break it up a bit. Okay, so I'm planning out how I want to color this, and I think a grey would look better, so I'm going to do that. I also want to accent the chairs with brown as well, so I'm going to do that. Guys, I just found out my advanced placement has been on this whole time, so now I need to move everything and see if everything fits, and this lamp doesn't. And I don't think there's anywhere for me to place it either. Well, I guess I just have to delete it. Okay, so after that annoying dilemma, I fixed up the living room and I think it looks really nice and cozy. And now I think I'm going to add a wall to break up the house a bit. Okay, so I'm placing the wall here and now I'm going to color it real quick. Much better. And now I'm going to start working on the kitchen off camera and I'll be back when I have like a base done. Okay, so I've been working on this kitchen for a while now, and it's not looking good because of how awkward this room shape is, but I guess we're just gonna have to bear with it and start decorating. First things first, I wanna add these stools under the counter. Hold up, I know this is exterior, but I came up with the idea to add some of these windows outside, so I'm just gonna place these as close as I can and hopefully it looks better on the inside. And there we go. Now I can continue working on the kitchen. Okay, back into the kitchen. I do want to color these stools, so I'm going to use this chair to swatch it, and okay, I don't mind that, so we're going to use it. Okay, so I ended up messing around with the kitchen a little bit, and now I want to add these windows by the dining table for a little more natural lighting. I don't know why they're bugging here though. Now that that's done, I'm going to add the appliances. Apologies guys, I did have to speed up this clip because it was very slow and boring, and I just wanted to save you guys from going through that boredom. Now that that's done, I realized I forgot the sink, so I'm just going to place that really quickly. For around the table, I'm going to add these stylish chairs, and then I'm going to color it the same color as the stool, so I'm going to do that really quickly. The chairs are colored now, and I'm going to do a few little details off camera and move on to the next room, so you'll see what details I add in the tour at the end. Finally, moving on to the bathroom. This is the same size as the bathroom I did in my yellow house, so I'm going to do the same layout as best as I can do without advanced placement. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be back when that is done. Okay, I finally finished the bathroom and here is how it turned out. It's very basic as you guys can see, and I did change it up very slightly, but it's okay. It still looks okay and it still functions as an actual bathroom. And then I also did some other things around the house. Over here by the kitchen, I made this little area as like a space filler, so yeah. And I also did this outside area as a little detail, though I don't think I'll be doing a backyard to this build. Okay, and now to do the bedroom. So I'm just coloring the walls this grey color to continue it throughout the house. And now I'm adding this window here, and I also kind of want to add a closet over here. So that's what I'm going to do. Never mind, the closet did not work out there, so I had to place it here to make the room layout make more sense. Anyways, let's make this room look a little better. I just colored the bed and it looks very boring, so I'm wondering if I can get like a blanket to put on top of it. So I'm just looking for one right now. Apparently I cannot place it on a bed. Okay, this bed looks really uncomfortable now, but it's okay. Maybe we can save this room. Hopefully this coffee table can help save the room a little bit. I'm just gonna color that linen as well. Wait, I just realized how annoying it would be sleeping in this room. Just imagine sleeping and then the sun waking you up every morning. I don't think I could do that. Anyways, I just stole a rug from the living room and I'm gonna place that in the middle of the room. I also forgot to add a closet door, so I'm finding one right now and I'm trying to find the matching one to match the door I have. Oh, it's down here, okay. And I'm just gonna place it here. I think that looks okay. And to finish off the room, I'm just gonna add some plants into it. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the bedroom and now I can start working on the office. For starters, I do want to add a shelf, so I'm gonna find one that I like. So I ended up picking this shelf and then it turns out you can't actually place books onto it without advanced placement. So this means I have to get rid of this shelf and use one of the pre-built ones instead. It's not exactly my vibe, but I guess we're just gonna have to do because it is a part of the challenge. Anyways, now I want to add a round carpet to the middle of the room because I think it'll look best because I can't resize other rugs, so we're just gonna have to use this and I'm gonna color it to be completely white. For this corner over here, I do want to add a desk and I'm thinking the L-shaped desk will look best over here. And with that desk, we do need somewhere to sit, so I stole one of the chairs from the dining room and placed it. And now I need a laptop to place onto it. For a bit of clutter, I'm just going to add some plants of course, so I'm just stealing some from around the house and placing it over in this corner. So I added the plants and I also added some paintings. I think that's just about it, but I'm just going to place these books as a last bit of clutter and then I'm going to move on. So this leads me to do the entry and a few extra details around the house, so I'll be back for the tour when everything's done. Now that the house is finished, I can finally give you a tour. I wanted to do this challenge to remind you guys that you can still build a really nice house without any game passes. Now let me turn around and show you what we've made. Considering I don't do modern much, I think it turned out pretty good, but then again I did have an inspo picture, but I think it's a pretty cool house. Anyways, let's go and head inside. When you walk in, we have a very basic entryway. There's not much I could do. I was trying to add a bench here, but it just didn't look good, so I added plants instead. Anyways, when we turn around, I think this is my favorite room out of the whole house. I think it's the nicest and most spacious, but this is the living room. It looks so cozy in my opinion, and I love how the wood contrasts everything. Anyways, moving down here, we have the kitchen. Now that I look at it, it's not as bad as I was making it out to be. It could have been better of course, but it's okay. Anyways, moving on, when we turn around, we have this space filler. I think it does its job. It's just supposed to make a space look less plain. Anywho, moving to our right, we have the office. I think it's the most cluttered room, but it looks okay because it's an office, and yeah. Anyways, let's leave this room and move on to the bedroom. The bedroom is also a bit boring. It's just plain. I could have done a little more to it, but I didn't. But we could just say we're going for the modern vibe. Anyway, that's 100% what I was doing. And here is the closet. I did fill it up. The doors are going the wrong way, but that's okay. Moving on again, when we walk down this hallway, we have the bathroom. When you walk in, it's not the worst, but it's not the prettiest as well. I could have done so much more if I had advanced placement, but I didn't, so we just had to make do. So this concludes today's video. Thank you so much if you watched it to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, definitely leave a like, and if you want to see more from me in the future, then subscribe. And if you want to suggest any other video ideas, definitely comment them down below because I do love to see your suggestions. But that's it for today. Goodbye!